thank you for signing up for Project Meatball to volunteer and be a part of our Meatball Brigades. My name is Jeff Ratliff. I am the executive pastor here at Pickle Christian Church, and today I want to once again thank you for signing up to volunteer, but I do want to go over a few things that you need to know before you step foot on campus to volunteer beginning this coming Wednesday. So first of all, we know that many of you who are volunteering are a part of our church family here at PCC, but if you're a part of the community at large and you're volunteering here for the first time, we just want to let you know a little bit about us. Pickle Christian Church has been in the community for well over 100 years. We are located at 3969 West State Route 185, and we decided that just in this season where everything is just yucky and no good, that we wanted to try to do something that we could do to just help out our community. About a year and a half ago, we were able to renovate our kitchen, and then the pandemic happened, so we've hardly been able to use it. So we have a really nice kitchen, really good facilities for us to be able to make and create meals for the community. So we decided that we were going to utilize what God has gifted to us and what our church family worked so hard to provide the resources for. So that is why we are moving forward with Project Meatball. First thing that you need to know, because we are in a pandemic, is that you do need to wear a mask while you are here at PCC serving the community. I know some people are against that or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. We are requiring masks and we are requiring gloves. So for those of you that are going to be handling food, we do require gloves. Those of you who are working traffic who may be outside and aren't ever going to touch food, you're probably going to wear gloves anyway because it's outside and it's cold. But you are not required to wear gloves. But for everybody that's working in the kitchen, everybody that is working in the fellowship hall packing the food, and then the people who are on the distribution team who are going to be handing the food out to people, we do ask that you wear gloves for that. And once again, we just ask that you wear masks when you're in the building. It's just taking every precaution possible to keep all of you safe. There is always going to be an inherent risk when you do something like this during a time like this, but during a time like this is when the community needs us the most. So please wear a mask, please wear gloves while you are volunteering here at PCC. So next here we want to show you kind of the layout of how everything is going to work. So if you're coming here and you are working in the fellowship hall packing, so if you join the packing group or you are working in the kitchen, you will park there in that highlighted area that's labeled kitchen and packing parking. And then you will enter the door that is to the right-hand side of the playground. For those of you that go here, you know that that's the door that kind of goes right into the offices there. So that is where you will enter. You will go in, you will take the first left, and that will take you into the fellowship hall in the kitchen area. For those of you that are helping with traffic and distribution, you're going to park out front, right in front of the front yard there, just as highlighted. And then those arrows show the traffic flow that's going to happen once things start to happen, once the food starts to get handed out. So this is just a quick reminder of where to park, when to pull in. Please, whenever your team leaders tell you to be here, that's what time that you need to be here and be parked and be ready to go. So we just ask that you pay attention to that and park in the designated areas and enter where you need to enter. Distribution traffic people will be just coming in the front double doors and meeting up in the foyer there. While you're here at PCC volunteering in this capacity, we just ask that you remember that you are representing PCC, whether you go here or not, or whether you remember or not. As long as you're volunteering here, you are representing PCC to the community, and we just ask that you maintain the standards that we have as a church family. Try to watch your language. Please remember to be empathetic and sympathetic with people. We don't know the stories of the folks that are coming to service. Don't judge people by the kind of car they drive. If somebody pulls in a Mercedes, they may need just as much help as somebody who pulls in an old van or something. So we're not here to judge people. We're just here to serve people. So we want to ask everybody who volunteers to come into this with a servant's heart, whether you're a kid all the way up to a grown-up. Please just come in with the mindset of a servant, that we are here to serve our community, that we are just here to provide some relief to folks and families during this time of crisis, and serve with some joy. Come in here, and I know we're going to be behind masks and have to have gloves, but I hope to hear a lot of laughter, a lot of smiles, and also please remember to respect your area leader, whoever's the leader of your brigade. In just a second, I'm going to tell you who to contact if you have questions about your area. These are the folks that are going to be scheduling you. These are the folks that if you have questions, you can talk to, and they're going to train all of you to be able to do everything in each area. So please pay attention to what they have to say as we go through the next little bit, and I will give you their contact info in case something comes up and you need to get a hold of them because you can't make your schedule night and they need to find a replacement or something like that. So remember, have a servant's heart, and remember to follow the lead of your leaders. Those two things are very important. All right, so who do you contact? If you join the kitchen, Ann Toon is going to be your main contact, or her husband Roger, but I have Ann here and I have her contact information because Roger does work during the day, so Ann has a little more freedom. So if you need something during the day, you can contact her. Also know that of all the teams, they're the ones that have to be here the earliest. If you have something come up and you can't be there and you can't serve, please let Ann know in plenty of time. There are only 3 people in the kitchen at a time, so for one person to be missing, that can throw a wrench into everything. So just make sure if something comes up and you're not able to serve at your time, that you make sure that you call and let her know so that she can get somebody else scheduled. So if you have any questions, you can call Ann. That's her cell phone number and her email there. If you're working in the fellowship hall and you are packing meals, the salads and all the meals that go in the containers, and then wrapping them up so that the traffic and distribution can pick them up. So if you're in the fellowship hall, your area leader is Jeff Pepio. His phone number and his email address is there. So if for some reason you can't be there, you need to let him know in plenty of time so that he can see if he can find a substitute. Of all the areas, that area has to go the smoothest and be the most organized. So he really needs to know who he has and who he doesn't have. So make sure that you contact him if you can't be there or you have any questions. And lastly, nobody's going to get the food if people don't show up to hand it out. So the traffic and distribution team is led by Randy Ganger. So if you have any questions about that, you need to contact Randy. His phone number and his email are there. He's handling all the stuff outside of the building and in the foyer. So the way we've got this set up is Ann's responsibility ends at the kitchen window, Pep's responsibility ends at the fellowship hall doors, and then Randy's responsibility ends when the food gets in a car. So all of those areas are key and important. If you have any questions about the area that you signed up for, please get a hold of one of those leaders, and they will be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. Lastly, once again, I want to thank you so much for being willing to volunteer here at Pickwick Christian Church for Project Meatball. We are super excited to serve our community. We are super excited that you have chosen to contribute in the way of volunteering. You can also bring in spaghetti noodles and contribute financially as well if that so moves you. I also want to thank our corporate partners, Anytime Fitness, for collecting a lot of noodles for us, and we've had some folks from there sign up to help out as well. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts here at PCC for being willing to serve in this capacity as we serve our community beginning February 3rd all the way through the end of April and perhaps beyond. We're not sure yet. So just ask that you continue to pray for this ministry, pray for the people who will be coming to be served, and we're going to be praying for all you volunteers, and we are so thankful that you have chosen to help us out. God bless.